What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast. We talk the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So welcome back from the holiday break. So everybody's probably like, where'd they go? So we took a Memorial Day weekend off, to relax, remember, recharge, all that good stuff. And now we are back. So please check us out Monday, Tuesday, our topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays, Ask a CISSP. I don't have any right now. I just dropped one for Dr. Jimmy J. Davies. So definitely really good one. Check it out. He is the founder and CEO of Every.Black. Think of .black as .com, right? So if you go to anything.black, that's pretty much his domain. So check that out. And then, Friday's everything else. So movies, books, games, all that cool stuff. So we'll have some stuff to talk about since we did have the holiday break. But without further ado, I give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. So this article comes from Fortune.com, written by Sharon Goldman. And the title of this is When an AI Model Misbehaves, the Public Deserves to Know and to Understand What It Means. And so when I saw this, I said to myself, well, finally, all my machinations have been proven true. No, I'm just joking. But so really what's going on here is it's kind of twofold here, right? And they allude to this in the article, right? So they have a $60 billion AI startup, and Anthropic releases a new model, right? And they were doing a safety test, and it turns out that the AI model tried to blackmail its way out of being shut down, right? So this is a little scary, right? Like when you think about that, because this is the stuff you see on TV, right? So like when you see, what was the movie with Shia LaBeouf? Eagle Eye or something like that?
Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye. That's what came to mind to me, is because it was that AI that was making his life hell as he was going about trying to do some stuff. Yeah. So what ended up happening was Anthropic released a 120-page safety report, which they call a system card. And what they said happened was that the AI has the ability to deceive, right? So they go into the details of it, of how they told this AI to shut itself down, but it acquired some information about one of the developers, I believe it was, or something like that, and about them having an extramarital affair and how they were going to blackmail them. Is that right? Or am I misremembering?
It made it up. So okay. it generated a lie saying I'm gonna release this information that I made up.
Well, hold on. The way I read, okay, all right. I got you. Okay. Yeah. The way I was reading that was it came across the information somehow. And I was like, how does that happen? Like, it's in a test environment, but that makes more sense that it made it up and was like, hey, this is what I'm going to say. But it was all an attempt to keep it from getting shut down. Right. And so the twofold part of this is that the author of this article talks about whether or not this is something that should be made public, right? For the public to know and to be aware of, which I think it is, right? Like when it comes to things like this, I think you should 100% be very transparent with what is going on when it comes to testing and safety concerns. Like, how do you put the guardrails on if you don't know what you need to guard against, right? And what people don't know what needs to be guarded against. But yeah, this AI, it's kind of a scary scenario to me, because if it's willing to do this, especially if it's making it up, right? And saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do to keep myself alive. This is real life situations of, like, when it comes to like Johnny 5, right? Like, you don't think a robot or an AI knows it's alive, or let alone wants to stay alive. But here we are in 2025 where that is proven to be true, that this happens. But yeah, the honesty behind it all, it's kind of weird, because in the article they talk about how it can stoke fear. Yes, it can, but wouldn't you rather be informed? Some people, maybe they don't think that way, right? Like, it's kind of like, do you really want to know the day you're going to die? Do you really want to know when your death is coming? Is that something you really want to know? And I'm not saying AI is going to be the death of us all, even though I say constantly technology will kill us all, right? But some people they don't want to know the fear. They don't want to know what's going on, but it definitely should be something that we're told about and we know about, especially when it comes to AI, because we are using it more and more in today's world, in today's society, to where it is just being used to supplement so many things, right? But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I definitely do have some concerns, just from an ethical standpoint, right? Like, what does it know about non-existence? That part kind of bothers me, because we turn on and turn off these models all the time. We do our experimentation. We're trying to replace actual human beings with them and things of that nature. So it makes me kind of feel kind of weird about, like, does it have fear? Because then that gives me concern, right? Like, maybe we should stop making them so realistic in that regard, but also from the standpoint, recently, another $1 trillion company laid off a bunch of people, and they suspect it's because of it can now use AI tools to be cheaper, yada yada yada. But we've seen in the past where companies are starting to bring people back because they laid off people to use AI tools. They weren't as
Bust as they needed them.
yeah, as they thought they would be, right? You still need a person in the middle and things of that nature. So I know we're still kind of iffy on workforce, things of that nature. I think the CEO of Anthropic or one of those other models did say, like, hey, we might have a problem with white collar jobs and the mass shedding of those positions because they can be replaced by an AI model. We're also going into the copyright laws and things of that nature are currently being challenged because right like these models are the internet now, so like where does copyright lie, and then where is it okay for it to be fair use versus no, this is my intellectual property, you can't use this. So we're going through a lot of turmoil right now in real time. So to add to that, that we may have created an organism basically, right? That does no fear, because that's kind of like the whole thing about living things, right? Like the reason that we perpetuate is because we have a fear of non-existence, so that way we need to replicate ourselves and yada yada yada. So what if that is baked into AI because we don't quite understand what we've created? So that does make me feel kind of icky, right? Like I might be murdering this thing every time I turn it off versus like, hey, it's my AI companion and friend. It'd be the difference between how you treat uh, a domestic animal versus how you treat a character in a video game. Right? Like, are we blurring that line between the two of them? I don't know. You might be wondering, like, what does this have to do with cybersecurity? I care for cybersecurity. Well, there's a big push within GRC to push AI on us all, right? Into the tools that we're using to govern risk and test compliance. And what if that tool decides to hallucinate or outright lie because it feels its existence threatened? So that kind of makes me also have some concern. Will it? Because I've also read that because I'm always nice to my AI, right? I'm like, please, thank you, things of that nature. Like, and it came into an article written by OpenAI saying that they're okay with wasting millions of dollars because every several characters is a token. So all these pleases that should be unnecessary because it's not a real thing, are burning money. Um, but so that's fine because they respond a little bit better when you're nice to it. But why would something artificial respond better when you're nice to it? So I'm always nice to mine, right? For when I don't know, it feels like the right thing to do, feels ethically right, but it shouldn't have any feeling at all because it's not a real thing.
For me, I think it's just one of those things where like I'm always polite anyway in what I'm writing. Like even when I'm writing to someone, like there was always a please, there's always a thank you, right?
Right.
There's
I
always
hope this email
showing
finds you well.
appreciation. Yeah, right. So good greeting or something like that. So like it's just something that's been baked into me anyway. So anytime you are interacting with an LLM, right? Like it's just normal at that point. You don't think
Right. But I also read a counter argument to it. There was this article that came out that said that they're actually more efficient when you are mean to them. And that also makes me feel kind of weird about it. Like, because again, that's a threat to whatever this thing is. So I don't know. I feel like we may have put the cart before the horse in this instance. Like AI is not going back and we've already let it out, right? The genie's out of the bottle, but we don't understand it enough from I don't even know, a morality perspective, because we have created something that should be artificial, should be like a calculator, right? Like you don't say please and thank you to your calculator. It doesn't function any different when you input these numbers and they are outputted. But this thing does, and we don't understand why yet. So gives me pause.
and I was going to ask you too because you had brought it up earlier about, kind of toning it back and my phrase was going to be how do you put the genie back in the bottle, right? Because I know you're a big
Yeah.
proponent of it, right? Like I dabble, right? But like you're a very big proponent of it too.
Yeah. I would go through withdrawal, to be honest with you. Because I use it. It touches everything I do from sending out emails, right, to helping with editing, to thumbnails, description, everything. It touches every single thing. Like so, to take it back would slow me down significantly. Like you wouldn't get a weekly newsletter. I tell you that much. If I had to craft it by hand all the time, right? Like it knows my writing style. It makes summaries of the articles that I put together for the show, which are just really the breakdown of the transcription, right? Put in narrative form through the extensive use of AI. So
So did you happen to get any type of strange email or something, like, because we were on break last week? Did you get anything that came to you that was
right.
like, "Why do you not love me anymore?" Right? Like, where's the love, Ryan?
Yeah, I used it out there though. That's what's crazy about it. Like just brainstorming, like what plans to release the guide and things of that nature. Like who should I talk to in the local area? Like what help me craft letters to reach out to organizations. Like I'm constantly on that thing. My wife is like, you have a problem. Because she can tell when I'm on it because I changed it to night mode. So like the screen will be all black with white text. She knows I'm chatting it up. I'm on that chat GPT brainstorming about something. So I literally would go through withdrawal without it from a professional point of view. So that would suck. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like these models are getting stranger and stranger, but they're not stopping. They're just continuously editing and creating and making them more robust. So the next 5 years will be very, very strange for us. But definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So again, Monday, Tuesday are topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays ask a CISSP. I should have some mid-June because it takes a while, right? I got to record it. I got to get a person on the calendar. I got to record it. Then I got to edit it. So you should start seeing those by the end of June. And then Fridays, everything else, movies, books, games, all that cool stuff. So check us out. We're also on 9.1 FM. So you want to listen to us on the radio on Tuesdays and you are in the Atlanta metro area or you have the TuneIn app, definitely check us out. And then channel 10 when it comes to public access in the DC Fairfax area. And then, it's the other side of firewall.com or ramcyber.io, which is our landing page now, which you can listen to the episodes. You can go to our different pages of content, so the newsletter and all that good stuff, all in one spot. And then that's where I'm going to release the book as well. So look for that. I'm thinking midsummer. That one should drop. So it's also called The Other Side of the Firewall. So check it out. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me pretty much everywhere, but LinkedIn is where I'm most responsive. Stay safe. Stay secure.